So here's the little rubber feet. They actually stop the machine from moving around. Put a scrap piece of board underneath when you're cutting on, and then you can hold that down and it doesn't slip. It's easy then to just turn clockwise and just hold onto the piece, turn it clockwise, and what happens, it gradually advances until it cuts all the way through that foam. And you'll feel as it goes through, when you've cut it all the way through, you can remove the cutter. I actually like to unwind it at that stage so that the blade is safely back up inside the machine. And then here's my little circle, which just drops out. So I've cut the hole there, but this is actually the piece I want this time rather than the hole, because that piece is going to be our round outdoor table. I'm going to make some legs for that right now. So I'd cut my little circle out of there, and now I want to make some legs for it. And I thought, oh, maybe I can come up with a little new design I just thought of. If I cut another circle, and I'm just going to put this straight on here and we'll see how we go. If I just go and cut another circle exactly the same as what I just did, wind that back up. What I thought we could do is we could actually use part of this to make the legs. So if I'm going to make a leg on one of those tables that actually looks like this, where it curves down and is straight, and it curves up like that. And that's what I thought I'd do. So maybe I've cut these a little bit far apart, or maybe I can use part of that and part of the other one. Anyway, we'll have a look. What I think I'll do is I'll just have a bit of a guess here, and we'll cut something down here and just see where it goes. This is one good thing about foam. It's quite good to experiment with. It's not terribly expensive, so it's a good thing to play around with, and a little bit of it goes a long way. So all I've done there, I've just roughly cut that off, get that out of the way. Now what I might do is I'd like that bottom piece there, which I'm going to use my square to do this. This will get it nice and accurate. If I put the square on here, I can make a line there. I'm just guessing at this stage because I really want to have a bit of a play. I might make another line just on this side. If this doesn't work, I'll use this for something else, but it looks like it might work. And then I'll come and cut that other side in a second. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut those straight through. One there. One here. One here. And one there. Now I'm just going to cut this off, and then I'll square it up. I can see that these would make some quite interesting shapes just to play with for other things like washing machines and all sorts of stuff. In fact, that looks a lot like my washing machine at home. Now if I want to square up that side, because I just guessed before, I can put my square on there and just align that. And again, I'm not really measuring anything here, I'm just freestyling at the moment. But this is fun. Now maybe I can make the legs out of just one of these. I don't know. We'll have a look and we'll see. Okay, so I've got that. I'm just going to guess here. Let's have a look. Maybe this is about the centre. We'll measure. Okay, so we got 70 millimeters, so 35 mil. Let's just make a little mark at the 35mm. We come around the other side, 35mm. Okay, so that's pretty much in the centre. I'm going to cut that off. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that to measure the centre of the other part. So I've just turned it around, score it here, or scribe it there, and I'm going to use that one there to scribe it here. So now I've found the centres of that way. In fact, I could probably put that back together like that, just hold it in place, lay the ruler back on, and we'll cut that. One, oh, hold that a little bit, that's a bit small to hold. Now, I've cut 4 pieces. Now maybe they can go together to actually make the legs on my table, which will sit on top there. Now I've got to do a little bit of adjustment there. I've actually got to cut those down a fraction, but that's actually quite a good way to make 4 legs for an interesting looking table. So what I'll do, I'm going to join them together. I think I can glue them and cut the edges. So maybe we need to cut these outside pieces a little bit smaller. Again, just going gradually. So now there's 2 of them. And then, actually, even better, we could make a 3-leg table. I think 3 legs are going to be great, especially on a round one. So with this one, I just need to cut that last piece. So I'm using the first one as a template, coming by, marking that last one, and just cutting it. I go very gently there when I've only got a little bit of board underneath, rather than try to rip it through that foam in one hard go. Make several little quick passes, and that way nothing slips. So this is going to be a 3-legged table, which is quite interesting. So there and there. Just got to trim a tiny bit off these 2 to make it level with the other one. But you can see, even with this tool, I can make adjustments of cutting tiny little bits like that, and it cuts very accurately. So now hopefully all these little pieces are very much the same. So I've made 3 little pieces just like that, and then I think I can just do this with foam. And in fact, I'm just going to guess, because if I draw some lines on here, I should have had my pair of compasses with me today, because then I could have marked this out very accurately. But what I want to do is just get a bit of a look on the underside of this table, getting a bit of an idea for where this 120-degree leg's going to go. Bit of a guess. I'm just going to eyeball it. So we're going to put our legs sort of in those positions there. What I'll do, just use a little bit of double-sided tape. In fact, we're going to just need some really small bits. 1, 2, I can even cut this one into a smaller piece, because we just need a little bit like that. Stick that on. So I've got a sticky bit there, sticky bit here, sticky bit there, and then what I can do, I can just take these, stick them onto the tape, other one and stick it on. The last one and stick it on there. And then I think I'm going to use a little bit of white tape. If I cut a few pieces of this white tape, this is just to give some reinforcement to the structure. I can quite easily just join this up. With a little bit of tape down that join. A little bit of tape down that join. And I think I'm going to put one more piece on that side too. I could have made these longer and wider, but I just wanted it to be just a discrete little piece of tape. So the white tape blends in really well with the foam board, so you really don't see it. So now I've made these 3 little legs from the offcuts of the circle that I'd cut around before. That's going to come onto our design on the patio, and that will be our little outdoor table. I could just carry on cutting out my little bits and pieces. I could make a plasma television, I could make the little toilet, I could make the sink in the bathroom, we could make a little shower, we could do the sofa in here, we can even do plants in the corners. But what I'll do is I'll do that a little bit later on, and we'll show you some photos of the finished project. If you want to learn more about it, please look through our website, and also you can have a look in that foam board magic book. It's great for teaching the kids how to have fun at home.